How's it going, everybody? Texas Man here. I hope you guys are all having a great day. If you guys would please give this video a thumbs up if you guys really enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys have not already. Also, do me the biggest favor of all, hit the bell notification button. That way you guys don't miss out on future videos and streams here on the channel. You guys can, of course, find me on Discord at 6957 the Texas Man. And we're going to be continuing reviewing Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 2. This is going to be for the Episode 7 and Episode 8. So this is the halfway point through Season 2. If you guys have missed out on coverage for Star Wars Clone Wars, Rebels, Andor, Bad Batch, Kenobi, anything of that nature, you can find it all in a playlist. You can find most of it in either All Things Star Wars, or there is a separate playlist I've created that has Rebels, Clone Wars, and Bad Batch content specifically in there. So we're going to be continuing talking about Bad Batch. This is again for Episode 7, The Clone Conspiracy, and Episode 8, Truth and Consequences. And we are halfway through Season 2. I will be continuing reviewing the rest of Bad Batch Season 2. And I have to say, both episodes for 7 and 8 are amazing. They're both great spy, espionage, mystery episodes, and I'm giving both of them 10 out of 10s. Both Episode 7 and both Episode 8 get 10 out of 10. And I'm going to dive into why I really enjoyed these two episodes out of everything that we've gotten in the past. Like the past episodes, they've been either very good, very average, or kind of just mediocre. But Episode 7, The Clone Conspiracy, we get more Clone War characters returning. We get to see Coruscant. We get to see the Clone Club again. And I thought it was really interesting that, we get to see more revelations as to why does the Clone Army get phased out and why does the Stormtrooper Army get brought in. Like, there's not that big of an explanation in between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. In this episode makes it where the destruction of Kamino was like the big unfortunate event that led to the Clone Army being phased out of being needed as the army that's protecting the galaxy and is replaced with this Imperial Stormtrooper Army. We also get to see the beginnings of good senators, questioning what the Empire is doing, and good senators, of course, eventually leaving the Empire and starting up the rebellion. And at the very end, we get the awesome return of our famous Captain Rex. Moving on to Episode 8, Truth and Consequences, The Bad Batch returns, of course. Episode 7 really didn't have anything to do with the Bad Batch. I thought, honestly, that the sniper that was doing all the assassinating was Crosshair, but it just turns out to be a clone. So Episode 7, strangely, didn't have anything really to do with the Bad Batch, even though it's in the Bad Batch, which, again, leads to the fact that this is more just like Clone Wars stuff and leading up to A New Hope. But Episode 8, we actually get the Bad Batch back again, and they end up going to Coruscant. And I was just happy to see the Bad Batch actually on a proper mission where they're going about using their skills properly to accomplish a goal. And seeing Omega's reaction to Coruscant is great. Seeing her reaction to, the Senate building and the Senate chamber and, her being in awe and inspired. It kind of, reminds you as an audience the first time you see Coruscant in Phantom Menace, and you see more of it in Attack of the Clones and more of it in Revenge of the Sith. And it's just cool to see, this kid seeing Coruscant for the first time and just being in awe of its grandeur, even though it is under evil Imperial occupation. We also get to see the Venator ship again. We get to see the inside of it, which I really do enjoy the design of the Venator class Republic ship more than the Imperial ship. I love the Venator ship. And then at the end, unfortunately, Emperor Palpatine shows up again. So Emperor Palpatine finally shows up in the show for the first time, and he makes it where he ends up twisting it so that no matter what happened, even though the Bad Batch succeeds in their mission, he makes it so that the Clone Army loses and the Stormtrooper Army bill passes and the creation of the Stormtrooper Army begins and the clones are going to get phased out. And at the very end, Echo ends up leaving the Bad Batch group, which I figured was going to happen sometime within this show's run, and he ends up joining Rex in order to try to fight for clone rights. I don't know exactly where that's going to go. Obviously, Rex is going to survive because he's in Rebels. As far as what happens to Echo, I don't know. I mean, obviously they say we're going to see him again, but I'm curious as to what is going to happen to his character. Is he going to rejoin the Bad Batch, and the Bad Batch at the end of the show's run is just going to get put to the sidelines? Or is the Bad Batch going to get wiped out? Is Echo going to get wiped out? I'm not. I don't know what's going to happen. I think that's kind of a good thing. That I'm like, okay, what's going to happen to these characters? I'm kind of a little invested now as to the future and the possible fate of these characters and what happens to them, more than I was for the entire first season, and more than I was for the majority of season 2 when it comes to Bad Batch. So I'm happy that both of these episodes were great, and I'm excited to see what the remainder of season 2 brings, especially with what these 2 episodes set up and concluded as far as stories and characters and arcs, and brought in some older ones. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.